The Doghouse Cup Series is proud to be sponsored by Shoney's. Shoney's is today's all-American kitchen. Open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Shoney's guests can count on quality, delicious food along with warm, friendly service. Stop by one of our West Virginia locations and try their freshly prepared, legendary breakfast bar, and don't forget to take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's, delicious food and friendly service since 1947. All right, let's get it on. Welcome back, everybody, to the Doghouse Racing League. This is Patrick Morrison coming to you live here with SimTrax Broadcasting. This race will be brought to you tonight by Group 6 Interactive, and of course, we'll be running the Group 6 Interactive 151 tonight. They are a full-service digital marketing agency serving clients in the Rutland, Vermont, and beyond. Group 6 Interactive puts a diverse team of experts at your disposal for all of your branding and marketing needs. They can assist you with web development, graphic design, pay-per-click advertising, website design, content marketing, and anything else you need to boost your online presence. It's pretty easy to visit them. You can go to www.group6interactive.com for more details. We are here at the Alabama Mile in Fort Talladega here tonight, and it's bound to be a wild one. I've got drivers coming out of the woodwork out of all shapes and sizes going to try their hand here tonight on this 2.6 mile track, and I'm very interested to see a 3-wide condition, I'm sure, within the first 4 to 5 laps here, and the key is them not killing each other in the process of doing it. Let's take a look at our race info here tonight. Of course, 57 laps are what's set in the books. Of course, 3 sets of tires down in pits, 60% fuel limit. And like I said, that big, huge one, if you guys tuned in last night to the Racing Revolution, that fast repair came in handy for a lot of those drivers tonight. But tonight will not have any fast repairs. Super speedway or not, old school racing, they say, and that's what we're going to have. Of course, your lead producer here, Patrick Morrison, and maybe Daniel Paulus will join me here a little bit later on here tonight. But I want to talk about that track temperature of 95 degrees. That's going to be perfect for these tires to heat up, get tacked up, make these probably some of these silly moves that you're going to see out here very, very gutsy, very early. But that 77 degrees in the air is going to be the key to keeping that engine nice and cool and getting some solid speed out there on the track. Right now, a couple of the drivers you can expect to see in the front right now. Jason Miz, glad to see his Chevrolet making a wide open attempt here, sitting with the number 7 Chevrolet in the front. We'll talk a little bit about our championship run here in just a moment. All right, here we go. Looks like everybody getting gridded up here. Mike Rimkus waiting to see when he gets out there on the track. There they are. All right, let's go ahead and get this one going here. Jason Miz, Jackson Lomax in the front. Good to see Turn 1 Racing reaching up front and getting a top spot. Sitting second. His buddy there, Christopher Berger, actually placed second last night, so not too bad there in the Racing Revolution. We'll see if he can bounce back and get another top spot finish, seeing him starting 5th. But first, Mike Rimkus and Jonathan Jennings will be starting 3 and 4. Christopher Berger 5th, and Jacob Reeves. And the number 3 machine in the McConey setup shop. We'll see how he does there. Christopher Simon will be starting 7th next to Hunter Simpson. Glad Simpson was able to make it back. He's been in the chase for the points, but a couple races missed. He's going to be in some trouble here as he has to have an excellent finish to see if he can run down Jonathan Jennings in the points. Mike Scimia there with Shoney's Racing sitting 9th, and Tyler Millette. Not too bad out of him last week. Rotated up front pretty well, but he's going to have his hands full tonight with Kevin Powell lined up behind him in the 11th, and Daniel Wilkerson. Watch out for these guys. That's going to be a stack to see. All right, it looks like Jacob Reeves is doing a little burnout there in the back. Andrew Smith will be starting 13th. Looks like he is from the Graceland Shootout Series. Glad to see him back out here. Gary Madu looks like he's from C2C. He's sitting 14th. Mike Leftwich and Chris Leftwich starting side by side, 15th and 16th. You want to talk about a pretty interesting start. So those two are going to be starting right side by side. Moving on to Christopher Schaefer. I expect to see 3 wide coming from Inferno Motorsports of another driver from Turn 1 Racing. 17th position next to Gary Armio, which will be 18th. Michael Dow sitting 19th, and Mark Dumont will be in that 20th position. Nathan Orlowski 21st with Nick Schell in the 22nd. There's another Turn 1 racer there in the 22nd position. Richard Leclerc will be in 23rd with Eddie Rivers 24th. Now, you want to talk about a full field. Let's continue because there are just a few more. Justin McMahon, a little slow here to the qualifying, so he'll be way here in the back, starting 25th. Next to Teddy Wisniewski will be starting in the 26th position. Kevin Brown, 27th. Dylan Goodwin, 28th. And Bobby Goodwin, 29th. We saw them a couple weeks ago getting their debut race here in the Cup Series. And Matthew Barker, there we go. There's another Graceland Shootout driver here all the way in the back. Everybody is behind the wheel here tonight, so there is nobody missing. 30 drivers locked and loaded here. Of course, once Super Speedway Racing starts, it's going to get crazy. All these drivers looking to see if they can prove something. And to me, you don't have to prove it on the first lap. And I think we're going to see a lot of that here tonight, as these guys are going to push their luck just a little too far, but we'll see how it goes. Gary Clune out there in the chat saying, let's go Twisted Axle Racing, bring it home. We'll see how they can get it done. Andrew Smith says he's ready to get himself a win here. Andrew Smith is sitting 13th. Let's see how we get it done here. Pace car is off. Remember, Barney starts us off on the green flag first part of this race. See what we can get. Jason Miz getting the lead the first lap here of the night. As he gets the start here, waiting on it. Barney taking his time here. All right, and away we go. Green flag is out. Look at this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, right now, Jackson Lomax has slid himself into the lead already. Outside line will be most dominant tonight. As you can see, Jackson Lomax has figured that out. Jonathan Jennings giving him a good shove there on the outside. And followed by that is Jacob Reeves. So right now, outside line, fantastic run here. Lomax, Jennings, Reeves, Hunter Simpson. And now, check all that out. Jonathan Jennings, our points leader in front. And Jacob Reeves follows along. Number 3, Reeves, looking to see if he can collect another win here this season. He's got a lot of work to do. We're already sitting there. Miz sitting in the 7 machine, sitting 3rd. Right now, depending on where you are, you can slide all over the track. It could be up, down, back, right. We'll see how it goes. We had drivers last night actually going from 21st position to in the lead in the matter of 2 laps, and then right back to the back to 18th. Just got to be consistent and get that fast line. Notice how the front drivers here are not taking any chance. They're already ducking on off and staying single file here. Right now, Christopher Simon, I believe, is the first one on the inside road. It's keep there. Looks like the number 4 of Andrew Smith, the only one keeping that outside row alive. Kevin Powell's going to join him there on the outside. They are moving up, I will say. Andrew Smith now 9th. If they could get just a little more speed here, they should be able to get farther up in the race. So far, so good out of everybody here in the front. I know Jonathan Jennings is leading this race. He's been leading a bunch of races here the past couple of weeks. Man, look at that move there. Christopher Berger on the outside. Number 36 Chevrolet slides to the outside and makes a block there to Andrew Smith. I believe the 36 of Berger went ahead and slid to the outside when he saw Jason Miz decide to give up on Reeves and Jennings there. It has slowed them down. The ball is stopped for them. Outside line will now conquer the lead and be able to take over. Here they come. Right now, the number 4 machine kind of waiting on another round. Kevin Powell not catching up. Powell looking for a little bit of fresh air himself. But we are staying at least 2 wide, no 3 wide as of yet. Christopher Schaefer's moved up 8 positions, sitting 9th. He's not sending it yet, but I'm watching. That Chevrolet might think of something here. We have everything we see here so far. Looks like everybody's staying calm. Tires are heated up. The guys have plenty of room to drive. Now, where do they decide to go after this? Taking a ride along here inside Christopher Schaefer's machine. Good run. Look at that outside line moving here. 91 machine. Kind of wishing he had some pedals on that car. Front drivers Miz and Berger decide to ditch on out. Bottom line for them. That's now left Andrew Smith kind of hanging out there. The rest of the drivers here working on trying to find a way around. Get up top where you see, once again, outside line. And notice how everybody's fading off. It's really gutsy here to see how many guys are fading off out of here. Not sticking with the outside line. I guarantee it. Something tells me Kevin Powell's not going to take the inside line at all. He'll be able to ride the outside and continue the roll here. But he's got Christopher Schaefer pushing him here, and he's going to get ready to fold that bumper in if he keeps that pushing that hard. Take a look more top side here. Christopher Schaefer now behind Kevin Powell. Schaefer's now backed off a little bit. Wonder if they're chirping over top of the radio, tell him to slow down just a little bit. He needs to stop pushing. Only lap 6 here, and the last thing you want to do is have somebody turn you around. So far, so good. Newcomer Andrew Smith is in the front, followed by Jason Miz, Christopher Berger. Jonathan Jennings going to fade up. Looks like he was trying to get in front of his brother Kevin Powell there. But Powell drops down to the bottom now, leaving Christopher Schaefer out here with all the fresh air on the outside line. We'll see if anybody wants to work with him here. Gary Armijo said he doesn't. Here we go. First 3 wide that we caught here in the camera. That ended quickly. Schaefer trying to get out of this. Right now, if Schaefer could get some help there on that outside line, he could probably stick where he's at, but no help for him. I believe the 04 Nick Schell didn't give him the shove he was looking for. Here we go. Schaefer gave a good run. Hunter Simpson making a heck of a block. Schaefer got in behind, got some of the draft, able to get a run. Hunter Simpson went up and blocked, and now we're 3 wide. Schaefer to the outside. Here he comes. This reminds us a lot of what we saw last night. Schaefer taking that outside. He was successful, but it did cause some problems on that outside line. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and leave Nick Schell out there. Schell didn't help him the first time. He's not going to let him help him now. Schaefer, now Schell will be on the march back. Let's keep an eye on him. Watch how bad. 117 is going to tuck in behind him of Richard Leclerc. Leclerc ducking out. Man, he's not letting him. And Nick Schell will continue to march back here. 16th, 17th now. Still going back. And getting ready to fall back to 18th as soon as Christopher Simon gets him. Simon in the 35 underneath. Now he's around him. So Nick Schell going from almost that 7th place to 18th in the matter of half a track here. When somebody doesn't believe in you, they're not going to continue. Let's rotate back up front where Jackson Lomax moving down 7 places, now sitting 9th. Biggest mover of the race is Justin McMahon. Remember, we were saying he was all the way in the back. Right now, he's moved up 16 positions, and he's got himself a top 10 sitting right now. That number 20 machine sitting in front of Mike Scimia in the 44. Remember what I was saying out there? Well, you probably don't remember. You guys don't even look at the bio down there. Let's take a look out of the back of Justin McMahon. If you guys can notice in the front of Mike Scimia, it looks like he is wearing a Dale Earnhardt Sr. helmet here. Trying to see if he can conjure up some good luck here for Scimia to get some speed. Now Mike Scimia trying to see if he can find just a little bit here. Let's see if we can get a peek at the driver. There we go. There's Dale Sr. On the track here. I know it's kind of action-packed out there. Only 10 laps into this one. And we've got guys moving all over the place. Right now, everybody in the top 5 except Christopher Berger. Well, now he just did it. Everybody in the top 5 has moved up at least 3 positions. They're starting to get some wiggling up here. 96 machine of Lomax starting to get way loose. Trying to tuck in behind Berger. Berger had a fantastic finish last night of 2nd place. He's looking to repeat that, if not, get himself a win. So right now, Jennings, Powell, Reeves, looks like Andrew Smith, Christopher Berger, Lomax, Rimkus, Jason Miz, Justin McMahon, and Gary Madu sitting 1 through 10. A couple of drivers have fallen off the pace a good bit. Mike Leftwich has fallen off by about a quarter of a second, and then 7.5 seconds behind. The lead is Bobby Goodwin, Dylan Goodwin, Matthew Barker. So there may have been some trouble here in the back. And it's showing me that Rimkus may have had some trouble there back on lap 1 and 0, but I'm not believing that. We don't have any trouble out here. Just looked like a bad draft. Somebody got loose, and now back we go. A couple of the drivers clumped up here in the back. Eddie Rivers trying to make a break for it. No, he'd like to get a little extra squeeze here. Tyler Mollett is way off pace here. Remember, no stage. Also, there are going to be no stages here. So, and these guys aren't going to stop and clump back together. So I'm interested to see where these guys are going to be here in the end. I mean, right now, Tyler Mollett, already off pace by about just under 10 seconds here. Has got to start making up some ground. I don't know if different car setups or what here tonight has changed everything, but you see how the leaders were fading into the distance. Let's get back up front where these guys are trying to kill each other. Jonathan Jennings on the inside, pushing the number 7 of Jason Miz. Berger has the lead. Inside Lionel Provera, of course, on this dog leg here. 36 machine is going to fall back. And we'll continue his charge back up front. Andrew Smith now sitting 6. He's up 7 positions. And Leclerc is up 14. Remember, I was talking earlier about Justin McMahon being our hard charger. Dropped all the way down to 12th. Definitely got in the wrong area, wrong line, and now he's going to have to work back forward again. Many drivers trying to find another way around here. There we go. There's a gopher cam. Man, definitely on the move here. Right now, the driver is getting over 200 miles an hour. Top speed out there around 213 to 215. That is blazing fast. Let's take a look at Jennings. Jennings right now saying he's hitting about that 192 mark. You see the speeds just fading off just a slight bit here. Keep this one going. Ms. Jennings Powell, 1, 2, and 3. Now back to Jacob Reeves and Andrew Smith. I believe Reeves is trying to get broke free of a too-wide condition here. Number 4, Andrew Smith, though, looking for a little more help from Turn 1 Racing, who's lined up behind him. All this, Christopher Schaefer was 3 wide there for a moment. Down to 18th position. He lost the position. He's got to fight his way back to the front. But it's good to see not too many guys are really, pressing their luck here. Everybody just kind of, let's get past a couple of pit stops here because that may be the make or break of the race. Where everybody decided to pit. But I would expect to see everyone pit at the same time. If they don't, it could be suicide. I would also not expect to see anybody taking tires. Tires may be a bad thing as well. Tires don't fall off as bad here at the super speedways. It's all about that fuel mileage. And seeing that Jason Miz has been out front for a little while, they are right now sucking down all that fuel. Jonathan Jennings trying to conserve as much as he can. I do want to question. Let's see if he's in 4th. We got a 5th place drive, 5th gear driver here. Jonathan Jennings, I got to ask him where he found that extra gear. Normally, he never moves into 5th gear. He's always 4th, and he gears it that way. So some of these guys during practice were hitting around that 216, 218 mark on the miles an hour. And it was interesting. You kind of question how they were doing it. Definitely being able to hit their aerodynamic bubbles and learn how to pass and kind of sling around each other for the race. Right now, Ms. Jennings Powell, 1, 2, and 3. Jacob Reeves sitting 4th. He finally gets broke free here. Looks like Mike Rimke is sitting in 5th. Everybody drops down to the yellow line. You got to block the inside. Cannot pass below the yellow line. That's why you see these guys riding low and staying low, blocking that low end. Berger trying to fight back into the top 5 here. He's got to start giving that number 4, Andrew Smith, a push here if they want to start getting back up to the front and a little farther than that. Most of the shuffling on the field has come to an end here. Berger. He said he had an awesome finish last night. Let's see if he can kind of repeat that. And I would question, at the same point here where Christopher Berger is. Right now he's kind of trapped. I think he got a little lucky last night not being caught in a whole lot of accidents and was able to squirt out to get out of some of the situations. But will that come into play here tonight? Will he be able to continue that? Justin McMahon out there running in the Group 6 machine, is he able to squeak out a win here? And we'll definitely have to see. Justin McMahon has a good bit of work to do here tonight. I know he is up 16. He's back into the top 10 at least. Following behind the number 147 of Mike Rimkus. Rimkus trying to separate the gap here. Look at McMahon sit back a little bit. Right now, hammer down. McMahon could actually pick up the pace. No one is pit here out on the field. Almost 20 laps underway. About a third of the race complete. It's actually interesting, the field kind of stalling out here. No one's really passing. Everybody's kind of sticking to their line and no movement. Looks like Madison Smith out there in the chat. He's rooting on the number 4 machine, Andrew Smith. Man, plenty of drivers here trying to find it. Here we go. Here's pitting. Oh, Powell. Kevin Powell, look at this. If he didn't speed down pit road, I don't know what was. Right now, that may have done it for the 93's race here tonight. You saw him trying to hit the brakes and was unable to stop. Always wondered if somebody speeds down pit road, do they just hold it to the floor and get to their pit box to serve that 15-second penalty as fast as they can? Might be an idea. Sliding into pit at 180 miles an hour. All right, Jason Miz into the lead. Followed by Christopher Berger, Andrew Smith sitting third, Gary Maddu fourth, and Jackson Lomax is in fifth. Out of our drivers who are pitting, race on pit road begins. Mike Rimkiss with a fantastic time with an 8.88. He's going to work his way back out of pit. And it looks like Kevin Powell did not have to serve a black flag penalty for speeding in the pit. Second chunk of cars working their way down pit now. Andrew Smith down pit. Orlowski down pit. Kevin Brown down pit. Good chunk of cars. I'm still waiting on the top 12 drivers have yet to come down pit. Still holding that. Bobby and Dylan Goodwin still haven't come down. Maybe trying to wait something out here. Looks like the 51 at Dylan. Rolling in the Remington Chevrolet. Let's see how they do. Everybody making it nice and safe. Last 3 drivers. Chris Leftwich, Mike Scimia, Christopher Simon, and Mike Leftwich. All the drivers from Sony Racing are staying out. Right now led by Chris Leftwich's Ford in the Sitco machine. Mike Scimia in the 44. Right, woo. It's like number 14 machine. Something's happened to here. 14 might be back on his way down pit. I think that is Mark Dumont. Yeah, looks like a stop and go penalty. That's not good. Christopher Berger as well. 49 seconds down pit road. It looks like he might be serving a speeding penalty as well. That's going to be huge. Chris Leftwich on his way out. Mike Scimia on his way out. Kevin Powell. Here they come. Oh, man. Chris Leftwich. I was hoping he was going to be able to pick up enough speed to catch up before this worm of cars gets away from him here. So Kevin Powell now has the lead. Brother Jonathan Jennings sitting second. Jacob Reeves is in third. Hunter Simpson is fourth. And Mike Rimkiss with his fast pit time is now fifth. Yeah, many drivers may have to think twice about this. Something happened here in the back. Matthew Barker ended up getting some trouble lap 21. Let's rotate back and take a peek. Uh-oh. Wonder how we got to this point. Sliding off the track here a little bit. Yeah, actually, I don't see anything going on here. This is him working his way out of pit, across the line. And, yeah, and almost kind of finishes off. Bummer. All right, so Matthew Barker out of the race now. Bobby Goodwin back down pit. Might be some trouble here. Mike Leftowich back on his way down pit. Daniel Wilkerson sitting 26th. He's out there all alone. He's had to come down for a second pit. 31 seconds. So speeding down pit road has been pretty huge for these drivers. And it's taken a lot of our faster guys out of the race. Schaefer is down. Let's see where our biggest mover is. Justin McMahon, 17th position, sitting 8th. Right now, these guys have got to make up almost 6 seconds between 7th and 6th to get caught back up here. Found that at some points in the race it may be an idea to race them side to side and use each other's draft to keep it going, but without any pushing there's not going to be any help. Which is still having trouble breaking that 6-second barrier. So good. Rotate up to our guys here who are in the front. Jonathan Jennings sitting second. Kevin Powell in the lead. Baker Breves, Hunter Simpson, and Remkes. And following up is Miz. There they go. Side by side they go. Trying to see if they can figure out some sort of different way to get some speed here. Don't really having any luck. Man into the lead, followed by Jackson Lomax. 22 Machine Armijo on the outside. 6.4 off the next guy. The question is here if they're going to be able to catch up to each other. I don't think so, not with the amount of speed they're picking up here. Miz has fallen off a little bit. McMahon's starting to pick up the pace just a little bit. About 6.1 for him to catch him. Now, this is going to be pretty uneventful now, seeing now everybody's kind of racing. Everybody's taking it nice and easy out there and kind of running single file. No problems. So we are at lap 30. We are beyond the halfway mark. We're going to cut to commercial and we'll be right back. The Doghouse Racing League would like to thank Group 6 Interactive. They are a full-service digital marketing agency serving clients in the Rutland, Vermont, and beyond. Group 6 Interactive puts a diverse team of experts at your disposal for all your branding and marketing needs. They can assist you with web development, graphic design, pay-per-click advertising, website design, content marketing, and anything else you need to boost your online presence. You can visit them at www.group6interactive.com for more details. And Shoney's is proud to be sponsored by Shoney's as the Doghouse Racing Cup Series here. Shoney's is today's All-American Kitchen, open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And Shoney's guests can count on quality, delicious food along with warm, friendly service. Stop by one of their West Virginia locations to try their freshly prepared legendary breakfast bar, and don't forget to take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's, delicious food and friendly service since 1947. Top 18 drivers are still on the lead lap. Taking a look at Justin McMahon, who's trying to lead the charge with this second group of cars. They have lost a substantial amount of time. Almost 6.5 seconds is where they were. Now it is up to over 8. It's continuing the move here where Kevin Powell is leading the front there with Jonathan Jennings and Jacob Reeves 1, 2, and 3 with only 25 laps left to go. I'm not quite sure how these guys may or may not be able to short pit the other guys who are in the front clutch to give this another go. It seems, 4 or 5 may be the lucky number tonight with the amount of pitting that they're going to have to do. They've got to figure out how to clump everybody together and try again. It can't be, a one team or 3 guys situation. They're going to need almost everybody to come down at the same time, or a yellow flag to bunch them all back together to get this one going again. 24 laps to go as Miz has taken over the lead. Let's rotate back up front. It looks like I believe we run into some lap traffic as they looks like the number 29 of Nathan Orlowski down a lap here. Next one they're going to be looking for is Dylan Goodwin, but plenty of space between them. Right now, I know he's about 28 seconds off pace. Might have to hurry. 29, Nathan Orlowski here. 147 gives him a nudge. 147 not looking too happy here. Mike Remkes. Right now, Remkes sitting 5th. Rotates the outside line, gets around stuck kind of behind a lap driver here. 29 machine can roll with them as long as it doesn't cause any sort of trouble. Michael Dow sitting in the number 50 Ford. See him in the White Castle machine. Unfortunately, he's still on the march back down a lap or so. Man, oh man, 23 laps left to go. Powell and Jennings were able to fight through that a lot better than Miz was. Miz got caught. He's now going to be stranded here on the inside line. Number 4 machine is not really folding them up here to continue the push. 4 of Andrew Smith is down about 2 laps here, sitting 27th. So they've definitely caught up to one of the lines here. Interesting for Powell to take more of the high line here on the outside. With that lap traffic that they ran into, that did give McMahon a chance to make up 1 second there on the front pack. Question what they can do from here. 7 of Miz starting to push around here, not having any luck. One 47 decides to duck on off, head down pit. Down pit for Andrew Smith and the number 4 Ford. Might be trying to short pit it here, come in and give a little bit of fuel and get back out there on the track. Here at Talladega, we try to do our best to bring you the best in broadcasting. here with Simtrax Broadcasting. We're going to head to a Crank It Up session here for just a moment. Let's kind of get the sights and sounds here of NASCAR. These guys rolling around here a little bit. Maybe we'll see a little bit of racing. We'll rotate in cars, out of the cars, from fan view, and all sorts of things like that. So if you guys are looking to kind of crank it up here a little bit, now would be the time. We'll come back around about 17 laps to go. Taking a look here back with Tyler Millette, Christopher Simon, and Teddy Wisniewski sitting in second. These guys have yet to pit most of these ones in the top four. 94, the 181, the 35, and the 51 have all pit back on lap 20 to 23. Number 181 machine last pit on lap 20. He's been out there longer than anybody else. seems to have been waiting his time here just a bit, kind of hanging off, hanging out there. Seeing if he can save as much fuel as he can. Speeds are starting to vary now. His best time was a 50.2. His last lap time, a 49.5 was his best time. Super Speedway tires don't take effect as long as everybody else isn't taking as many. Christopher Simon had 13-second pit stall time last time he was down. Kevin Powell had a 10-second pit stall time when he came down. Some people look like they are taking tires. Micheal Scimia is taking tires. And I believe Richard Clerk may have taken tires. Clerk, the last one, I believe, on the lead lap here. No, negative. Dumont. Dumont is the last one. 17th position for him. So these guys seesawing back and forth here, trying to find a little more room. I don't know if we're going to see kind of a blowout here as soon as the rest of these guys pit. Still waiting on Tyler Millette and Dylan Goodwin to come down pit. No luck as of yet. Laps left to go in this one. Chat's getting pretty cold out there. Guys, hit me up. What you thinking? We might walk away with this one. I'm starting to think that either Kevin Powell or Hunter Simpson's looking pretty strong for this race here. Down pit road, Tyler Millette and Dylan Goodwin able to squeak out about 5 bonus points for a lead lap. They'll be caught here very, very soon. As Hunter Simpson slings on by, and he will now take the lead. 13 left to go. What does Hunter Simpson do here? And is he a sitting duck? As he's rolling right now. Right now, some of these guys do need to get clumped back up. Right now, the top 4 are the only ones out here getting anything done. Simpson, Jennings, Reeves, and Powell, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Almost 5 seconds back. It starts with Chris Leftwich, Nick Schell, Justin McMahon, Mike Rimkus, Jackson Lomax, and then 3 seconds beyond that, almost 4 seconds beyond that, starts with Gary Madu, rounding out our top 10. Right, there we go. Out there in the chat, Chad Tucker. I know it's been tuned in and listening, saying Micheal Scimia is number 1. Big Carb Cup champ. Yeah. Big Carb Cup champ. You should tell me more about that. Let's see if we can find Micheal Scimia. Where is he? Micheal Scimia is that back there a little bit. Sitting 11th. Do want to thank our sponsors of the night. Shoney's, of course, who's a sponsor of the league and the sponsor of the race, Group 6 Interactive. Sponsor the race here at Talladega. Talladega, very tough track for a lot of these drivers, and this definitely depends on a lot of drafting, teamwork, and lane choice. No caution this entire race as we come down with almost 10 to go. Who can stick it out and who can pick up the pace? Christopher Schaefer back down pit. That can't be good for the 23 and his pit crew here. These drivers just so spread out. No one's really trying to get anything going here. Powell seems to be rolling around out here. Pretty dead out there on the track. Looks like the 117 is up there rolling with the big dogs, rolling up high. Richard Leclerc getting his moments of shine here in the Doghouse Racing League. I would probably guess that some of these guys have tuned it for that fuel economy. Maybe geared it just a little bit lower. That way they can hold just a little extra fuel by the end of the long green flag run. If this race was riddled with cautions, like most super speedways end up being, these guys would have been clumped together, back at it again, at least 2-3 wide. Kind of hoping we'd have a run 3 wide at the end of this one, but it doesn't look like it. Hunter Simpson's still leading this one. Jonathan Jennings sitting behind him. Speaking of Jennings, let's take a look at our championship points here as we come to the end of this race here pretty soon. Jennings in the front with 1974. Jacob Reeves 1884. I think Jennings might have this season all but one here. And it in the bag. Kevin Powell sitting third. Stutzman fourth, and McMahon is fifth. And turn one racing, at least try to get a couple drivers in the top 10. Jackson Lomax has been able to do it. And Christopher Berger coming out with the last top 10 spot. Christopher Schaefer is sitting 15th. Matthew Robinson is now 20th. Looking pretty grim here for some of these guys toward the end of this one. Seven laps left to go here. Six when we get to the line. Simpson still leading this one. Still nobody taking any chances. Yep, we got a couple of taking a look at Gary Madden here. The Canadian drive on the side of his car. We've got a couple other Canadians in here, Richard Leclerc and Mark Dumont are Canadians out there racing here in the Doghouse Racing League. Guys, if you're considering racing in the Doghouse Racing League, they do not just run super speedway series. They run short tracks, they run off-road road courses. I almost said off-road courses because some people have trouble keeping it on the road. They were able to they run all sorts of things. They are also taking suggestions and new sign-up for the following season that is upcoming. I believe haven't worked out so much. Haven't seen. See out there in the chat, Stella saying they've seen such a fundamental super speedway race. Yeah, it's kind of. I would probably. I'm not saying it's a downer. I think it's just kind of. The hype is kind of gone, you know. You don't really have a whole big battle here. I think the only shootout you're going to see is between Hunter Simpson, Jonathan Jennings, Reeves, and Powell here right in the front. About 4 seconds off. Chris Leftwich is trying to come up with something here to get back to the front. They're still having some trouble kind of reeling them in here. Not enough time. I think we had twisted axle guys here. With, Kevin Thompson, Andrew St. Court. We had him out here. We had another Canadian out there. Lee. We had also had Gary Kluman. Now all of Twisted Axles MIA here. Real bummer for their points collection they're trying to get here toward the end of the season. And while we're kind of talking about end of the season. This is the second to last race. May 4th will be the end of this season. We will be heading to the Texas Motor Speedway. If this track wasn't big enough, we'll head to it where everything is bid, the Texas Motor Speedway. And kick our boots off there and go ahead and kick off the end of the season. 100 laps at Texas Motor Speedway. It looks like it's going to be the new Texas Motor Speedway, not the old style one where the banking was much more forgiving than the flattening out that they did. There in the chat, let's see, Stella's saying would like to see some passing or attempts to pass. Rather, it seems like a combo of very good driving and playing it safe. Yeah, that's kind of what it seems like here as well. Only 2 laps to go. Should spice up here pretty soon because I'm expecting Jennings or Reeves to try to win this one. Kevin Powell may have to make some slick moves getting around here, because I believe these guys are getting ready to slide on past Christopher Schaefer, who's going to be on the outside line. Unfortunately, I think this is going to put Schaefer down. 2 laps, I think. 2 laps? Yep. So far, I believe the top 13 drivers still on the lead lap. White flag this time by. Let's see if Hunter Simpson can win this one. Now, every single league I've ever seen, if they are in the league, they're the sitting duck. Hunter Simpson holding it out front here. What can they do? Hunter Simpson sitting in the front. Jonathan Jennings sitting second. Is he setting him up? Jacob Reeves waiting for a time. Does Kevin Powell think about it? Powell thinking about taking a peek on the outside? Doesn't. Somebody's got to do something here. I wouldn't think everybody just kind of die off. There we go. Here it comes. Jacob Reeves to the outside. Only driver to take that chance. Kevin Powell waiting to see if he's going to follow along here. Powell's going to follow on the outside, take it even farther, leaving Reeves to it. 3 wide here at the line. Right now, Hunter Simpson's got it, and he's got it at the line. Wow, Hunter Simpson, Jonathan Jennings, and Kevin Powell, 1, 2, and 3. Reeves gets bumped out of that position for 4th, and Justin McMahon all the way back there, about 4.5 seconds back, sitting 5th. Out there in the chat, I see Farron, 3 more days. Farron is fast. You may be right, 3 more days. 3 more days to what, brother? I see you back at Weed Sport, buddy, for your championship run. In this one. So, not too bad. At least it's spiced up there a little bit there at the end, as these guys went 3 wide across the line. Great run there right at the end. I know there was some good passing at the beginning. I'd probably say we could use about 10 more laps of that, as these guys are definitely fighting each other to get to the line on the very last run here. That was pretty wicked here. Right at the end, so... See if we can take another look at it here. As these guys come across the line. Make sure Hunter Simpson kind of squeaked it out here. That's going to do it. That's our top 3 there, ladies and gentlemen. Out there in the chat, he told me to cancel my plans. History will be made. Farron, if you're that fast, man, I would love to see you at the big show. They'll be at Dover on Saturday, and on Sunday they're heading to Michigan. So gotta get your butt out on the asphalt and out of the dirt. Only boys playing dirt. All right, man. And Andrew Smith, good race, horrible pit stops. And good racing. Yeah, man. Definitely it was a good race. It just kind of, I think once it came down to the pit stops, it kind of it broke and separated everybody apart. No one should take tires here at Talladega. But some people did, and it mixed up a lot of the driving that we saw out here. Not too many people were able to collect back together and get underway. I would say that if there were another if there would have been a caution, it would have been a little bit different, but it's not looking that way. All right, everybody, hold on just a second. Let's see if we can get catch up to our guys here. All right, everybody, and we have chased down Kevin Powell, our third-place finisher tonight. We tried to send it 3 wide to get it to the end. He got Jacob Reeves behind him here, but Kevin, talk to me about most of this race. It seemed 90% of this was based off pit strategy.
Yeah, man. We just decided that as crazy as the first 20 laps were, that we, as a team, we needed to try to split up from the whole pack. It was just something was bound to happen, so we decided to pit, and I think a couple of us got separated or something, the groups we were running with at the time, but yeah, like, I don't know, man. I think pit strategy was the key here.
Speaking of pit strategy, talk to me about your first pit. It looked like you came in way too hot, locked him up, and I thought you came down pit road and almost ruined your race there. I assume you made it under that pit speed.
Yes, sir, I did. I changed my setup last minute. Didn't even get a chance to touch the brakes. Didn't know what the brakes were. I just assumed they were what I was comfortable with, and I touched them, and it was like ice. I was holding on. I was downshifting. I was like, this is gonna be ugly. But I got it slowed up enough right there at the line, luckily.
Yeah, well, some people were, you were pretty fortunate there because you were still on the racing surface. We saw you braking sideways a couple of times there, trying to hit the brake, made a quick cut there and cut right into pit road. But man, I don't think it could get much closer than that. As the points boil down here, we head to Texas next week. What does this mean for you and the team?
Well, I think for us as a team, we need to focus on, securing the top 3. If not trying to secure the whole top 5, but in the same sense, we gotta also think about ourselves. I know me and Reeves we're really close in points, and I think I was maybe 8 points coming in tonight behind him. I got a lap lead, and I got that one position. So hopefully we may be tied coming out of this one. I'm not sure, but we just got to play it smart. Try to maintain in the top 3. Hopefully I can win it, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna catch my brother.
Yeah, he's pretty close. It looks like he's out front by about almost 90 points. I think he needed a DNF tonight for everybody to catch up. Kevin Powell, give me your shout-outs here, man. We got to head to Texas next week.
Yes, sir. So I want to shout out you guys for the broadcast every week. Man, it's so fun to go back and watch and listen to it, and the way y'all call the races is so professional, and I've showing y'all's broadcast off to a ton of people at work and everything. So I definitely want to shout out you guys. Shout out my teammates, Jonathan, Hunter, Adam, Corey, Jake, Matt, the LPR guys. We practice together a lot. Just bounce ideas off of each other. Um, Shout out my friends and family and all my co-workers that watched the race tonight.
Oh yeah, and don't forget Group
And
6 Interactive, brother.
yeah, sorry. Yeah, really sorry about that. The sponsor of the race tonight, Group 6 Interactive, they've sponsored several races for us, so which is great. Really appreciate them guys, and also the Doghouse League, man. We're just someone made a comment that caution free at Talladega, and we were like, welcome to Doghouse. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, that's how you guys were. I mean, the beginning of this season started 4 races, 2 cautions. That was it. I mean, that was as really amazing. I've been some it's 8 or 9 just in the first race. But Kevin Powell, appreciate you joining us, man. We'll catch up with you at Texas hopefully.
Yes, sir. I hope so. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Kevin Powell. I really appreciate him giving a shout out there for the broadcast that we do. We try pretty hard here. To try to give everybody, including the drivers, their little time in the light out there. But time in the light now belongs to Jonathan Jennings, our second place finisher here tonight. Man on the move was really, it was Justin McMahon up 20 positions, but Jonathan Jennings been on the move as of late with some consistency and now has the points lead. Jonathan, talk to me, how detrimental placing high at this race was.
I'm just happy to finish, to be quite honest.
What? Would you think it was going to be caution filled?
Normally I get caught up in a wreck at the end, so it's normally like 8th or 10th is normally about the best I get.
Well, you definitely you decide to stick with Hunter Simpson instead of sending it 3 or 4 wide there at the line. So some would say, good teamwork. I question sometimes why. Why didn't you send it the rest of the way?
My plan was to make my move later. The 3 made his a little earlier than what I anticipated. So
yeah, normally you want to aim right before that dog leg and try to get enough of a run. But if you had poked out and then the 3 of Jacob Reeves had lined up behind you for that, I think he'd have slung around you, would put him right in the aerodynamic bubble. So wild race, man. Tough place to be, but still second place finish tonight. We head to Texas next week. Now you guys are heading to the new one, so the banking isn't quite as forgiving. Talk to me a little bit about it here.
What do you want?
Gotta be easy on the turn 1 there. It's just got a little kink in the center that I gotta get down. So besides that, just be consistent, run consistent laps, and hopefully come out with a win. But points racing, so.
Oh yeah, well, that's pretty much it, man. Right now, before this race, I believe you're ahead by 90 points. I think most of the drivers needed a DNF from you to get caught up and at least make it challenging. The second place finish from you tonight just increases that margin there a lot. So, Jonathan, congratulations on your second place finish. Give me your shout outs here before I let you go.
You guys for the broadcast, Daniel and everybody for putting these things on, and all my teammates for the teamwork. That was, I think, 1 through 4.
Oh yeah. All right, John. Catch up with you next week, bud.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, it's not running out of words talking to Jonathan Jennings. He has plenty to say out there. I know he tries hard, but man, when that guy seems to be podium position week after week after week after week, it's kind of the same song and dance, man. Hey, how'd the race go? Man, I was in front all race. How do you think it went? It was so much easier looking at everybody else out the rearview mirror. But looking at people out the rearview mirror, spotter being extremely busy, and Hunter Simpson's left mirror just ignored it here. Talk to me about this race, man. You came away with the win here at the Group 6 Interactive 151 at Talladega.
It was a wild race, especially at the beginning before that first pit stop. everybody was just so wild and pushing so hard like it was for the win. And I didn't think I'd be in that situation, but with a great team, we was able to push ahead and get that lead and put ourselves ahead for the win.
All right. From the outside looking in, was it more fun in the first 20 or the last 40?
I usually don't have much fun in these super speedway races to begin with, so I don't really know.
Well, it seemed like smooth sailing after the second pit stop, man. You kind of cruised to the win here. The only battle you had was right at the line.
Yeah, we was all just lined up trying to put a gap on. I think it was fourth, fifth, and sixth place, and we was just all grouped up, and we all, you know, we all knew that we was gonna battle it out for the win, and whichever one came out, the winner was gonna be, you know, earned it. And
Yeah.
it could have ended differently, but with the moves that happened behind me, it just kind of left me in the right situation.
Yeah, man, it definitely worked out. To me, I like it when you guys three wide, about, six rows back, and it gets crazy and guys are shuffling up. It looks like a giant bowl of popcorn, man. It's just you can just keep tumbling. Guys who are in the back can have a chance to lead. Guys who are in the lead are in the back, and they're having to work their way forward, choose your right line. And this was actually the opposite here. You led a line of 5 or 6 fast drivers out there, and you guys just kind of pulled away and just kind of did your own thing. That way the battle was only amongst yourselves. Pit strategy, talking to Kevin Powell, he said was crucial here at this track. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think so. Pit strategy and along with who you're coming into the pits with, and if they're teammates, and if you can trust them enough to push you, very good.
Yeah, man. Well, you guys were definitely a lot faster, I would say. Just looking at some of the top speeds, you guys were almost 4 to 6 miles an hour faster than anybody else out here on the track. A little insider information. What kind of adjustment can you make to pick up that kind of pace?
Just putting in the hard work throughout the week, putting up practice sessions, testing, figuring out which setup works best for every situation. Which one's stable, which one pushes good, which one has a better gear in it. But that's what the team is good at, and that's what Jonathan, Kevin, all the people on the team, they put in the work, and the results are showing for the team. And I'm excited to watch the championship next week.
Oh, yeah, man. Well, we'll see. Whoa. Hold on a second. Watch the championship next week.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll run yet. It's kind of 50-50, really dependent on what's going on with this the car I got outside. I got to try and get it ready for race season.
Oof. Dang, I thought we were going to see Hunter Simpson at Texas. All right, brother. Well, give me a shout-outs here, and let's let you go.
I want to thank you guys for the broadcast. It's a blast to watch every week. All my family watch it. All the admins, and Daniel for putting in the hard work, making the right calls and being fair with the league. They recently have a website put up. You should go check it out. All my teammates, just a blast to drive with them, and I'm happy we got a good result for them tonight.
Oh yeah, man! I can't wait to see. I heard it's been going on kind of a driver info thing, so I'm definitely waiting to see the post out there on Facebook or something of that actually coming together and being a good one to have out there, man. But Hunter Simpson, congratulations on your win, man! Awesome job, and we'll hopefully we'll catch you next season.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Hunter Simpson and his race ends with a bang here in the front. I mean, it was a wild one. Do want to give a shout out there for our race sponsor, Group 6 Interactive out there. Definitely, if you guys are looking for any sort of web development, graphic design, pay-per-click advertising, website design, content marketing, or anything else you need to boost your online presence, it's extremely easy. You can go to www.group6interactive.com for more details. That's going to do it for us here at Simtrax Broadcasting. Definitely an easy race for some, but tougher for others. Most of the drivers battling, trying to fight their way and get a little more speed. Farron out there is kind of saying the same thing. But Michael, hopefully we'll see you out there trying for the big show, man. I think there's still some positions out there because I want to see how fast Farron is out there on the asphalt. Until then, I will catch you next Thursday with Doghouse Racing League for their championship run. And then the Sunday, let me see what date that is. I believe that is not the 30th of April. Will see the Thunder Racing League the 7th of May at Weedsport for their championship run. That'll be a good one. But guys, stay tuned. Each and every time you'll see me pop up on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, and we'll be live and bring you the greatest in iRacing, as always, to the palm of your hand or on a big screen TV that you guys are streaming it to. But until next time, Patrick Morrison signing off. Be well, be safe, be kind. I'll see all you guys next time.